try to tell me I should dumb it down, say you're too conscious for the fans to feel you. Try to tell me I should calm it down, if you fight the system they gon' try to kill you. They try to tell me that I'm too sad and it isn't healthy, fuck I knew that. I'm just doing me, and if you don't agree and I don't owe you shit, then that is too bad. I fired shots at all the mumble rappers and they try to say I'm not a humble rapper, so I tell them I'm not like these other rappers and they try to say I'm just another rapper. Fuck it, I guess there's no pleasing y'all. If the record has meaning you don't leave it on, but you stream all the songs that repeat the same shit about pussy and Xanax and liquor and drugs. I could have a seizure like Wayne, I could just go OD like Peep, I could just go crazy like Ye, I could just get locked up like Meek, repeat the same thing, using stupid slang, yelling Gucci gang on every flame beat. Or I could be me, at least I can breathe, at least I can sleep knowing that I never sold my soul for money or a dream. These rappers all coked out, they just mumble lots, they got broke mouths, they got 10 chains and got no house, they got 20 hoes and got no spouse. Smart rappers don't drink lean, that's kid shit, we ain't 16. If you got a problem, I welcome it, I'll be doing me for the hell of it. For the hell of it. They said to go to hell, so I packed my shit and went with it. Little did they know that they put me in my element. I'm fired to the bone now, diamonds in my skeleton. I'm finally in my zone, doing me for the hell of it. They try to tell me to ignore the haters, you gon' get revenge when you're successful later. They try to tell me I should not respond and I should write a song and put it all on paper. They try to tell me I'm the bigger man if I'm not underhanded when I write them back. And I try to tell them it's impossible, thousands of people a day have been saying I'm whack. I try to tell them that it's complicated, I could write a novel about getting faded, but the conscious fans are gonna fucking hate it, and the wavy kids are gonna love to play it. So I write a song that's got a message in it, and the wavy kids are saying it's pathetic, but the conscious fans think it's awesome, man. They comment like, man, I really get it. So what the fuck do y'all want? I could have a seizure like Wayne, I could just go OD like Peep, I could just go crazy like Ye, I could just get locked up like Meek, I could just go sell out like Jay, I could just stay real like Wally, I could just get money like Drake, or I could just say that I'm done playing games and get famous and know that I always stay me. So go ahead and bump the mumble rap, don't boycott it, just understand. If you eat at McDonald's you're gonna get fat, if you listen to garbage your head fills with trash. Get drunk in the club and spend all of your money, cause rappers have told you what makes you somebody. They comment on this with your jealous shit, I'll be doing me for the hell of it. For the hell of it. They said to go to hell, so I packed my shit and went with it. Little did they know that they put me in my element. I'm fired to the bone now, diamonds in my skeleton. I'm finally in my zone, doing me for the hell of it. For the hell of it. For the hell of it.
What's up, huggers? Hey, let's talk about the project and what have we done so far. This one is more going to be like a walk and talk update. There's less footage of me grinding and buffling away on stuff, but yeah, I'm sure you're going to see plenty of that. Let's see where we are at right now with the build. So this is what we have right now. I've put the back fender on. I've blackened the rear suspension. The swing arm is back in. Notice I've put the exhaust of the rear cylinder in already. It isn't fastened yet, but notice the heel sheets are gone, and I've put the titanium wrapping around it, and I think that looks pretty good. I said I wouldn't do it. Initially I had the plans to make the frame black, but I decided to take all the visible parts of the frame. That means when all the tins are on, when all the tank is on, when everything is on, everything visible, I made it black. And I basically used the same undercoating stuff that I used for the swing arm, and also I used the same undercoating for the rear suspension. Speaking of undercoating, I've also done my wheels. Now I've already put the brake disc back on, but I basically used that same undercoating stuff on the wheels, and they will make a very rugged black coating on it. What I just love about this stuff, and let me just get it into view, right, this is what I'm using, right, and what it's originally designed for is just like for under the hood of your car, for everything that is basically exposed to elements, to give it some extra protection. This is great stuff, because normally when I would have to spray paint the frame, I would have to sand it down, degrease it, all that stuff. Now I just cleaned it off, used some sugar soap to get, like, you know, most of the oil off, some rust off, just brushed it off, and just sprayed it straight on. It is not like a super hard paint thing, but is very resilient to road debris and things like that. Plus, it's really easy to touch up. It feels a bit sticky to the touch, not that much, but it actually, you know, it's quite easy to spray on. So I got most of the framework done, and when all the tins are on, you're not even going to see the red frame anymore. I think it might be prone like to have like a few scratches in its lifetime, but it's kind of cool because underneath it the frame is red, so it'll look like it's bleeding, and it's easy to touch up. So that was the same with the wheels that I've done, and as you can see, I got one of the pipes ready to go on as well. We can see some remains of the shielding that I've taken off. You probably think, is what is up with all these Ziploc bags? These Ziploc bags are basically my savior. Anything that comes in like sort of a unit, like this is like fuel valve and fuel valve housing. I just put everything, all the nuts and bolts and pieces into a bag so it all stays together, so I don't end up with a huge pile of nuts and bolts and trying to have to figure out where each one goes. So I've got it for all the parts. Like this is the everything that goes in for the front wheel, so that keeps it all neatly together. And I've got like stacks of these bags underneath them, so whenever I need them, I just grab one and start using them. So while we are at the workbench, look at that. This is my box of jets, carburetor jets. And you might be thinking, like, Frankie, why do you have your box with carburetor jets open? Well, easy. I took the big monstrosities of air filters out and I threw them away, and I'm going to replace them with these guys. Right, these are foam air filters. They're very easy to maintain. You can basically wash them. After you wash them, you dry them, you spray a little bit of oil on them, and they go back on and they last forever. They are going to improve the airflow on the carburetors quite a bit. So that meant I needed to rejet. So of course I had a nice stock of jets out there. Now normally you'd go through the whole thing of fixing jets, firing the bike up, testing it, seeing if it's right or wrong. Do you need to go richer or leaner? My luck is that I had a friend in the UK that has the same engine, uses the same air filters, and basically did all the work for me. So I already had the carburetors out and I'm already done with it, so I replaced the jets, and I adjusted the needle heights a little bit, so that would give me pretty much head on where the bike needs to be, and I can always have a look if it needs some fine adjustment. And we're back to the other side. I magically teleported, but there was something, a little trick as a bike builder or somebody that just like mess around with bikes would like to show you. These carburetors are like in a bit of a weird configuration. This is basically one is resting on its side on the engine. So the intake is actually here, and you might notice that I've got a wad of paper stuck in there. And see if we can just have a look there, and you see the intake for the front cylinder right there. Reasons that I stick a wad of paper in there is for changing the jets. I had to take out a lot of these little screws. Now, can you imagine the world of hurt I'd be in if one of those screws would just like fall down there into the cylinder head? Unless you're like a good couple of hours of fishing with a magnet and a wire, that's not a good idea. So just to prevent myself from that, and basically I do that with the other side as well. I just like put some paper in it just to make sure that no foreign objects actually go in there. Look at my t-shirt, Brandon Hart. Right, we're back in the garage, and yesterday I had the forks returned to me. So today, early in the morning, I got up and rebuilt the front end and put the tank back on, and we're getting really close to finishing the bike now. I'm actually waiting on still on my sprockets, back sprocket, so I can't put the wheel in yet, means I don't put on the exhaust pipes yet. But in the meantime, I am full roar building up, and it is starting to take shape, and I am liking what I'm seeing. So let's see how this all is coming together now. As you can see, we got the front end in, and the wheels being black, 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 black. It's just absolutely fantastic. Well, that's my opinion. But fender turned out great. It was a small fender to start with, so didn't make no alterations there. It was a bit scratched up and chewed up. Decided just to leave all the scratches in there and did that paint job that I showed you in the earlier episodes. So yeah, front end is like completely finished except for the headlight. I'm going to be doing that along with some electrics and indicators, but we are definitely looking at somewhat of a bike again. So right now I am connecting back up the fuel system. So I had these high flow lines in there when it was more configured as a high consumption engine. I just kept them in place, and it's like at least it won't be starving for fuel. We had the carburetors rejetted, so I think it should be good, but we will know as soon as we get the bike up and running and probably do some fine tuning. But I am really liking how this is actually coming together. I'm so glad that I removed all that front clutter, that extra headlights. It means it brings out more the line in the bike. And with everything possible being matte black, the engine tends to jump out more. I've got one more cover here that is like chrome. Not sure what I'm going to do with it. Either keep it chrome to accentuate the engine or black it out. I'll probably make that decision when I put it on, step back, have a look at it and say like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Also having ideas about the exhausts. I know they're chrome. I am tempted to blacken them out as well. Problem is, like, they get pretty hot, so I'll probably have to use high temperature paint, but painting over chrome never goes really well, so I'm not sure. And again, it's like I'm going to put it on the bike and see how it looks. If I'm happy with it, it's going to stay that way. But yeah, we're basically getting there, people. We're basically getting there. And I can't wait to get those sprockets in, because then we finally can put the rear wheel in. And I think that rear wheel with the cut off bobber tail is just going to look so gruesomely evil. So yeah, that's going to be fabulous. All right, so I think this wraps it up for the entire episode, and we'll keep you updated.
Hey yo, the song is for anyone. Fuck it. Shut up and listen. I'm not the artist, they're gonna turn to a puppet. I've been myself in the darkness and I'm the same way in public. Guess I'm a target cause they aren't in charge of what they are stuck with. I wear my heart on my arm and I spill the guts on my stomach. All of a sudden I'm hunted cause they don't like what I said. But only dummies would choose to follow a wolf who is dead. Tear the flesh off of your bones and keep your ghost in my head. You looking just like a clown and I'm the bull in the pen. And the labels aren't able to get in touch when they call, cause I know all the A&Rs and I'm ignoring them all. Don't need a manager to help me, I keep blowing them off. And all the rappers who doubted me, I've been proving them wrong. They wanna give me a record deal to control me efficiently, cause as long as I ain't signed, I'll keep exposing the industry. And they know if I put my name on that line, it's a victory. Then they'll censor my message and try to rewrite my history. I don't need the publicity, I need all of my friends to know if I disappear tomorrow, it's because of them. They don't want you empowered, they want you willing to spend all of your money on products so that they get their percent. But I'm a different breed of person, liquor seeping through the surface. Try and cut me in, I'll drink the blood, the stitches leaking bourbon. And my fans are all amazing, I officially deserve them. I'll effectively eliminate and burn who tries to hurt them. This my element, the weapons and the skeletons are evidence of everything I did. Well, I defended what was delicate. Machete blades and severed heads and human teeth on necklaces. Electric fences humming through the night while I'm confessing that I am whatever you say I am. It makes no difference to me if you won't shake my hand. I got my freedom of speech and I will make my stand. I won't never take a seat to please the mainstream plan, cause I am whatever you say I am. It doesn't matter to me if you can't see my plan. You are my gasoline and I'm the flame you fan. I don't know, it's just the way I am. I'm just a person who ain't afraid of the scrutiny. I'm not scared of the truth, and so through that there's immunity. And my dreams aren't only something I experience lucidly, they are what I've accomplished and what I'm about to do musically. Save the cars and the jewelry, you know I can't be bothered with all that superficial garbage. I'm an actual artist, I only do this for therapy, not to fill up my wallet. They poppin' Xanax to party, a party's not what I call it. I call it drug addicted rappers if I'm perfectly honest. I call it numbing out the pain of being chained to the bottom of a ship that's sinking quick inside a promethazine bottle. They say it's lit, but it's really just a sickness that they swallow. And they can't mold me, they can't change me, cause the old me is the same me. And I'll stain me till they hate me, or the pressure drive me crazy. I've been medicated, hated myself and couldn't escape it. Now I face what I'm afraid of, embrace all the confrontation, while my name keep coming up in all the same conversations. He's pathetic, he's a racist, he's a vulture, man, I hate him. I don't get it, he's so basic and the culture should replace him. I'ma take him off the playlist and not just laugh while they complaining, cause I am whatever you say I am. It makes no difference to me if you won't shake my hand. I got my freedom of speech and I will make my stand. I won't ever take a seat to please the mainstream plan, cause I am whatever you say I am. It doesn't matter to me if you can't see my plan. You are my gasoline and I'm the flame you fan. I don't know, it's just the way I am.